Hello everybody, and welcome to a very different sort of video. I'm sure you've read the title and you know what this is about. I am Jack from JOC Tabletop, and today we are going to look into something that is very near and dear to my heart. We are looking at Pokemon. I love Pokemon, it's great. I've been playing it since I was a kid. It's a really, a reasonably consistently very good series, and has put out some amazing games over the years. And I'm sure some of you, at the very least, are aware that there are actually systems, like games, full-on RPG systems in place to play Pokémon Tabletop. And I am here to suggest to you a method of doing something like that that is substantially easier than going out and learning an entirely new system. It does require a small amount of knowledge of some of the more complicated mechanics from the games, but at the same time, once you've sort of gotten used to it, it's pretty straightforward. So, I'm going to see my mouse on the screen. It's the first time I've used a screen recorder for a video on JOC Tabletop, which is cool. Been wanting to do this for a while, and I found one that I actually liked and wasn't super restrictive. So that's super great. What could be easier than learning a new system, an entirely new RPG system, to basically play a tabletop version of something that already exists? Just playing the game. Anybody who is playing in your game, you yourself as the DM, who wish to play in a Pokemon campaign, it's kind of a given that you've all played Pokemon before. You understand how it works, and at the very, very least, the most basic type matchups, what Pokemon are good and what suck. Like, that is a baseline level knowledge that I think anybody at your table is going to have. So how do we play Pokemon, and without just needing, everybody has a DS? Well, it's very simple. There is a program, and it's right here. It's been sitting on my desktop this whole time. This is Pokemon Showdown. This is a battle simulator and team builder that has been around for years. It is brilliant. It is designed as a very quick, easy way for people to just play Pokemon competitively. What it can also do is you can challenge actual, regular people. You can go through the find a user and you can search for a user and you can fight them. How useful is that? It's very, very useful because it allows us to build our teams from the ground up. We will need some other things as well, but this is the core feature that is required for this to work. The other thing that we are going to need is also, or the other things are also up here. This is Bulbapedia. This is a list of the natures. I was using this earlier on. Let me just go back to the list of Pokemon. This is every Pokemon. It's all of them. Every single one, and they each have a very, very, very extensive page of all information you could possibly want to know about every single one of them. That is super useful. So if I just want to go, I can look at Lombre, opens a page, takes a little bit to load, and then bam, this is a full, gigantic page about everything you could possibly want to know about the Pokemon Lombre. It's a big page. Tells us all the baseline information in this info box over here, some basic information up here, biology, minor appearances in the anime and the manga, Pokedex entries, game locations, base stats, which are very helpful, type effectiveness, but realistically, all the information we need is right here. Specifically, the leveling rate, their base experience yield, their gender ratio, and their abilities. And also their EV yield as well. I'd forgotten about that one. And base friendship, I suppose. So, we can use all of this to accurately and very easily create a Pokemon. Or a Pokemon for a trainer to have. With the help of these Pokemon tables that I made. They are exactly as they look. You just roll the dice and you see what you get. For example, nature table, you roll a d100 and you get one of the 25 possible natures when you catch or find a Pokemon. ability table. Most Pokemon have 2 abilities and hidden ability. You can roll for it right here. IV value. IVs are something I will explain very briefly later on, but they are pretty simple. Again, the IVs and EVs are 2 separate values that are kind of underneath the game, kind of sort of string pulling values that you don't get to see in the game. But if anybody who, anyone who knows a lot about the metagame, or even just a little bit about the metagame will understand at least loosely how these things work. So we're going to go to Showdown, and we are going to build a team. We're going to go into Team Builder. I don't mind some of these. I've been using these. Is a couple rivals, a couple gym leaders, some wild Pokemon, and these are just teams I've been actually playing Showdown with competitively because it's fun. So we're going to go to New Team. We're not going to select a format, so it doesn't really matter. We'll leave it untitled for now. And for the sake of simplicity, we'll use a low-level Pokemon, so we'll say there's going to be 2 Pokemon. It's going to be level 6 and level 8. So we're going to go Add Pokemon, and it gives us a list of every Pokemon. We can scroll through. There's all of them in here. It's going to take a while to scroll, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to pick a low-level Pokemon that you can find, maybe a trainer on like Route 2 would have. So I think pretty easy one. We'll go Rattata. Rattata's, and this guy, he's level 6. So there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Rattata's page. I think I spelled Rattata right. I did spell Rattata right. That's very helpful. So all Rattata's information is here. It's very, very helpful. So what we're going to do first is we are going to randomly generate its gender. Luckily, Rattata has a 50-50 split, so I'm just going to take a quick break from this recording. I'm going to go roll and see what I get. Okay, it is a female Rattata. So you literally just roll a D100. It's a 50-50 split, or just flip a coin for this guy. Other Pokemon, mostly starters, will have sort of a skewed ratio. Again, you can just use a D100 for that. That's the percentile dice. Easy game, easy life. So we have Rattata. Base happiness is about 70, so we're going to put that, let me just make sure that's right, and I didn't just make that up. That is right. So we are going to then go into its moves, and we're going to go down to its learn set. So at level 6, Rattata has Tackle, Tail Whip, and Quick Attack. That makes things very, very easy for us. Tail Whip and Quick Attack. There we go. Easy. So we are then these IVs, these are the best IVs a Pokemon can have. It's assumed any Pokemon you're going to take in competitively is going to have amazing IVs. Not all Pokemon do. So we roll on this table 6 times. I think it's 6. Yes, it is 6. I can't count. 6 times in order to get the IV values for every Pokemon's stat. So I'm going to go do that off camera, and then I will plug them in. So, I have rolled. I got 20, 6, it's very bad, 23, 14, 28, which is very good, and 30, which is a very good speed IV. IVs loosely relate to a Pokemon's stat growths, so, and they are concrete. Once you have them, you can't change them on that Pokemon. Once you catch a Pokemon and you find out what its IVs are, which is kind of finicky to do, you cannot change them. EVs, on the other hand, all Pokemon start with none, and every time they defeat a Pokemon, they get EVs equal to the EV yield of the Pokemon they defeated. For example, if we were to defeat another Rattata without Rattata, we would gain 1 speed EV. For the sake of trainers, it's assumed that they are actually training their Pokemon, and I think the best way to gauge this is by giving them EVs in every stat equal to the level of the Pokemon. So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, because it's a level 6. You only have so many EVs, and actual players who play the game over time will see You know, after every battle, they will get more EVs. It's sort of this constant growth, which is super good. You know, so a Pokemon defeats, I don't know, an Alakazam and a Rattata or something. I don't know why those two Pokemon would be on a team together, but you know what I mean. An Alakazam and a Rattata, you would get the EVs from Alakazam and the EVs from Rattata, and you would add those on. There are things that sort of multiply the amount of EVs that you get, which is, again, that's a different beast altogether, and we don't need to worry about that. But basically, this is the Rattata. This is it sorted, except for nature, which is right here, which again, we can just roll. And I'm going to roll now, and we got a timid nature, which is very bad, but that's fine. It has plus speed and minus attack. Nature does exactly what it says on the tin. It increases one stat, reduces another. Some of them do nothing. And this is the Rattata. This is Rattata done. Very simple, very easy, very quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the exact same thing with another Pokemon. Okay, so we're back. Here is a Sandshrew. It's level 8. She's a female. She has a Sand Veil ability, Defense Curl, Rollout, Sand Attack, Poison Sting, 8 IVs in every stat. No, 8 EVs, sorry. And IVs are 20, 31, 20, 26, 30, and 9. And she has a serious nature. And that took me 2 minutes. Something I neglected to talk about in the video, which I completely forgot about, is this here. This is the XP calculator. It is something else that is going to be in the description of this video. Completely neglected to talk about it in my original recording, so I just came back to add it in. It looks like this. It is on Google Sheets online. There'll be a link. You can download it and use it yourself. There's a big old chart of how XP works in Pokemon. You don't need to worry about this. All you need to worry about is this small table here. So we're going to use our Sandshrew as an example. So we are going to say Sandshrew is level 8. So we can input this in the current level. Now, leveling rate. This is something we can use Bulbapedia for. If we open up Sandshrew's page, we scroll down. Oh. Medium fast. There we go. So we can use the little drop-down list to medium fast, and it will show us... Oh, I need to fix that formatting there. And it shows us that this is how much XP is between level 8 and level 9, so we can get a very quick thing of, you know, how much, you know, have we leveled up? Now we look at the opponent fought. Was it a wild Pokemon, or was it a trainer's Pokemon? We'll say, for the sake of this, it was a trainer's Pokemon. Again, I need to fix the formatting on this. I'll do that after. So, the opponent's base XP. Let's say that Sandshrew fought a Pikachu, because that's something that Sandshrew would probably do quite effectively. Wait for the Pikachu page to load. Pikachu has a base experience yield from Generation 5 onwards of 112, so we can put that in here. The opponent's level will say that Pikachu was level 10. Sandshrew at level 8 is not above his evolution level, so this does mean something. If he were above the level in which he would evolve into Sandslash, he would level up much faster, but he is not. He is only level 8. He is not holding a lucky egg. And because in Pokemon, you level up quite slowly, and because when we're playing D20, we don't want to be having to fight every single Pokemon we encounter, in D20, you level up a lot faster. You can see it loosely down here, it's 1.75. You can increase this if you feel that this is too little. You could increase it to 2 or maybe even 3. But, you know, that could, you know, feel free to screw around with this if you think it's too much, too little. It's very customizable. You can do what you like with that. And we get 420 experience that will easily level us up straight away, maybe even twice. Let's have a look and find out. Yeah, that might actually level us up. No, it won't. That'll only level us up the once. But even so, that is very quick, very simple, and very easy. And of course, when Sandshrew evolves, I'll quickly demo this. Sandshrew, now level 8. Oh, I didn't change this to begin with. Sandshrew is now level 9. Because he defeated a Pikachu, he gets 2 speed EVs, which is very helpful. So he's got 10 now. So we'll say that this is a player's Pokemon, so it actually changes and gets better. And does Sandshrew learn any new moves at level 10? Learns it by level up. Or at level 9, he does. He learns Rapid Spin. We shall say that he's going to remove Defense Curl and learn Rapid Spin. And he does get some happiness for leveling up. If you don't really care about tracking happiness, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But again, if you're sort of worried about this kind of thing, look at Friendship. Level up in battle. It gains 5 more Friendship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is how we level up and how we use the XP calculator. Again, this will be a part of all the stuff in the description. And now, back to the rest of the video. And you are more than welcome to come up with your own systems for how they buy things, if you want to care about that kind of stuff. Rivals, they can decide what Pokemon they catch, what they want to find. If they're like, I know my character would know about, Swinub, I want to go out and catch one, I want to find one. And, it is up to you if you want to use skill checks from D&D, if you want to do, if you want to just not really care about the system and just play the game. It is entirely up to you, it's very customizable, but this is a baseline method. I will include links to all of these things in the description, specifically the Pokemon tables. They are, they're mine, I made those. This, I feel, is an idea that could really take off, and I really hope some people at home will give it a try, because I don't know if anybody has ever done this before. I've personally never come across it, and I want to say I came up with it myself. I'm pretty sure no one else has ever done this before. So I am very excited to see what people think of this, if they would want to try it, if they would, what they would do with it, and especially if someone plays it, I really, really want to hear about how it's been going for people. So if you like it, leave a comment or tweet at me. Especially if you do try it, tweet to me about your experiences, because I've been trying a little bit with Katie, and she's been really enjoying it. It's really, really fun. Except when you get frozen for I think 13 turns in a row, that hurt our souls a little bit. Snowrunt's a little bitch. But yeah. I know I explained this very quickly. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments or tweet at me. I will respond. I am super excited to see what people think of this. Hope you've all enjoyed this very much. If you like this video, press the buttons. There's a few of them down below. You know what they do. Everybody does. I hope you have enjoyed this. I will see you in the next video.